Today on Sports Card Investor, the top 10 insert sets from the last year. Who do you think is going to be number one? And a look back at the best inserts from the 90s.
My name is Jeff Wilson. By day, I invest in tech companies. And at night, I invest in sports cards. Join me on my journey to profit from the hobby we all love.
Hello, sports card investors, and we've got a fun episode for you today. Amber's off for the day, so we aren't doing the forecast this week. Instead, we are taking a look back at some of the best inserts from the last year. And don't you love inserts? Isn't it fun to pull out a Jam Masters or a stained glass insert or a Beam Team or a My House or a lot of the other cool insert designs when you're opening up a brand new pack of cards? I always enjoy it. And today we're gonna count down the top 10 inserts from the last year. We're also going to do a little throwback to some of the best inserts from the 90s as well. So sit back, enjoy, and let us know what you think of the rankings in today's show. And of course, this episode is brought to you by eBay. eBay is your number one source for cards and collectibles with the largest inventory of sports cards from basketball to soccer and buyers from all over the globe. eBay is the leading place to buy, sell, and invest your cards. Okay, so last month while March Madness was going on, we put together a bracket of our own on our Instagram. We put together a bracket of different insert designs, and we had people on our Instagram vote for what they feel was the best insert in all of these different matchups. It made it all the way through to the finals, which happened in early April, and we've crowned a champion. And today we're gonna go through the 10 inserts that got the most votes from the audience. So people like you voted these to be the 10 best inserts from the last year. My question to you is, do you agree with these or not? And of course, inserts have had a long tradition in the hobby. In fact, going back to the 1990s, inserts were really hot in the 1990s. And that's when we saw some incredible inserts. Of course, Jambalaya comes to mind as one of those inserts that people still love to this day. You've also got big men on court. Basketball had a lot of these great 90s inserts. But then baseball had some as well. You've got baseball inserts like Skylines, which were really hot during that era. And then also Hot Gloves, another one that people loved. Which of these inserts did you like? And then of course, more recently, we got into inserts like Crusade. That one has appeared in a bunch of different sets. That's a very popular insert. And then of course, who can forget the iconic Precious Metal Gems, an insert set that started in the 90s, but extended all the way through to the 2010s. And some of those Precious Metal Gem cards, some of those are some of the most valuable cards out there. When you get those low numbered Precious Metal Gem cards, those things are absolutely iconic. So inserts have had a very rich history in the hobby. For a while, though, the card manufacturers really seemed to kind of veer away from inserts. Inserts weren't the same as they used to be. But it seems to me that in the last couple of years, the manufacturers, especially Panini, have placed a premium once again on creating really cool insert designs and trying to get the sports card community excited about inserts. For me at least, it's working. I love my Kaboom, and I love a lot of the other inserts we're going to be talking about in today's top 10 list. Hopefully you do as well. So let's go ahead and get started with the top 10 inserts from the last year. In the number 10 spot, it's Obsidian's Color Blast insert. Now the Color Blast insert, you're going to hear about it some more in this top 10. That is an insert that came out a couple of years ago. It has appeared in sets like Spectra and Prism, but it was this year in Obsidian football specifically that Obsidian inserted the Color Blast insert with a black background. It was different than what we've seen in the other sets because this one used that iconic black color that is associated with Obsidian to really make the color blast effect pop. And boy, is this a cool card. I'll tell you, I feel like Obsidian is one of the most underrated sets there is, period. I love Obsidian. I think it is a really great set to be able to buy and rip. It's a high-end set, but it's actually somewhat affordable. Doesn't do great on the secondary market though, outside of these color blasts. But it is a fun one to rip, and I was pleased that Panini added the color blasts to this product. It was a 25 card checklist for the color blasts in football this year. Hopefully it's something we'll see in the future in Obsidian basketball and other Obsidian products. For the number 9 spot on today's list, we're going to basketball and we're going to Crown Royale. Crown Royale is one of the more interesting sets out there. You can pull all kinds of really cool stuff out of Crown Royale, and one of the really cool things you can pull is their rookie royalty inserts. Crown Royale basketball specifically has those awesome rookie royalty inserts. They're really, really cool photography, and of course, Crown Royale's signature die cut designs. Now, this is a wider checklist. There are 39 different cards in the checklist from this last year's rookie royalty inserts in Crown Royale. A lot of different cards to collect. Really cool photography, a really neat insert set to get behind. Sticking with basketball for the number 8 insert set, it is Contenders Optic Uniformity. And card collectors love the uniforms featured in cards and featured in insert sets, and that is exactly what you get with Contenders Optic Uniformity. You get the player's uniform in the background with a player in the foreground. Now, this is similar to some of the insert sets from Threads. Threads has the association, the icon, and the statement, but it was the Contenders Optic Uniformity that prevailed over all of those in our bracket. It is a 35 card checklist, so a lot of different NBA players featured in this set, a lot of different ones to collect, and a really cool insert to pull from Contenders Optic. For the number 7 spot, we're going to soccer, and we're going to a brand new insert that appeared this past year for the first time. It's called Visionary, and it appears in Select. It's a new insert with a really cool design. Soccer card collectors were gaga over this Visionary insert when it came out, and why not? Great insert, really nice design, and a 48 card checklist, one of the widest insert checklists there are. So tons of different players that appear as Select Visionary cards, lots of cards for collectors to chase. And if you like to build those insert sets, try to get the complete set of the inserts, you got your work cut out for you with a 48 card checklist, but certainly a fun one to chase. Select Visionary in the number 7 spot. In the number 6 spot, we're going to baseball, and this is a really cool one because it's got some great history. The insert is Topps 2030. And what Topps 2030 does is it looks to project who the top players might be in the next 10 years. And those are the players that are featured as part of this 20 card insert set. But what's really cool is that Topps did this same thing 10 years ago. In the 2010 Topps products, they did Topps 2020. That was in the 2010 products where they predicted the players who might be the big players in 2020 back in 2010. It would actually be really cool to go back and look at how they did with those predictions. And here they are again, predicting the players that are going to be big in 2030 with their Topps 2030 insert set. We'll see if those 20 players they picked are real or not. We'll find that out in about another 9 years. In our number 5 spot, it is a stained glass insert. I love the stained glass inserts. The one that made it in our top 10 was the Mosaic Football stained glass insert coming in the number 5 spot. Now, stained glass inserts, they have a rich history in the hobby. They actually originally appeared in Topps Gallery products a number of years ago. Then they got popular in Panini's Innovation Basketball. And that is where some of the coolest true stained glass inserts were from. The ones you could actually truly see through and refract light through. In fact, I personally own a Giannis stained glass card from Panini Innovation in 2013. It is an awesome card. I'm glad to see that stained glass is continuing to be a popular insert, even if it's changed around some. Stained glass, of course, appeared in 2019-20 Mosaic Basketball, as well as the recent version of Mosaic Football. It is a 10-card checklist, so it's a very small checklist. And it is different than the stained glass that appears in Prism Football. It's got a different design. It's got a different look. People seem to prefer the Mosaic version. At least they did this past year. And it is those inserts that have come in, the Mosaic stained glass inserts, number 5 in this top 10 list. Now, the number 4 insert on our list is actually the easiest of all of these inserts to come across, but that doesn't mean it's not one of the best. We're going to baseball, and we're going to Topps Finest, the Man. And this insert actually has a pretty rich history as well. It actually last appeared all the way back in 1998. In 1998, Finest had the Man as an insert. Now here we are, over 20 years later, and once again, Topps Finest has put into its product the Man inserts. Very, very cool. It's a 36-card checklist. It is the easiest insert to pull. In fact, it averages 1 in every 3 packs. So if you're opening packs of Finest, you're gonna find one of these, the Man inserts, about 1 of every 3 packs. So it's not a rare insert, but it is a fun one to chase nonetheless. Good designs, certainly deserving of the number 4 spot on this list. Now, as we get into the top 3, we're getting into some rare air. We're getting into insert sets that have a lot of value, that people love to chase, and that some of you out there passionately probably collect and chase these inserts. These top 3, it's very hard to ascertain which should be number 1. So this is going to be a bit of a controversial order, but this was as voted on by our fans on Instagram who are following our Sports Card Investor Instagram account. The number 3 spot was in basketball, and it was the 1 and 1 downtown inserts. The downtown inserts are super, super, super cool. They have highly specific artwork that matches each player and team, really artistic drawings. These are highly desirable inserts that you find going for a lot of money on the secondary market. Now, the downtown inserts originally debuted in Panini Studio, but then they were also in Cornerstones, and they made the jump to 1 and 1 basketball this past year. And it gave a lot of fans reasons to go buy into breaks or buy boxes of 1 and 1 basketball, because the ability to chase those downtown inserts is definitely a driver of fan attention in the hobby. It's a 20-card checklist, just the best players, very exclusive. Everyone wants to have their downtown insert of their favorite player. And if you've got your hands on some of them, chances are you got a lot of value, because these are hot cards in the hobby. In the number 2 spot, my personal number one, but the voters voted it second, and that is the Kaboom insert series, and specifically here, the Kaboom inserts in Prism English Premier League Soccer is what came in number 2. Now, the Kaboom inserts, you've seen them in a variety of sets. They have been very notable in basketball over the last several years. Those Kaboom inserts have been extremely, extremely popular in basketball. We've also seen them in football occasionally as well. Fans, collectors, investors such as myself love the comic book style artwork that is combined with a really bright, design in the background that gives off a lot of shine when you look at the card. It's cards that just have a ton of energy. And it's not the first time they were in soccer either. We actually saw them back in 2017 Select Soccer. But this year in soccer, they were in the Prism English Premier League set, and that really had fans chasing this set. The fact that you could pull Kaboom cards out of the biggest soccer stars from the English Premier League gave soccer fans and sports card investors a reason to really chase after those boxes. These Kaboom cards from all different sports do extremely well on the secondary market. In the soccer product, it was a 20 card checklist from this year, so a lot of options to choose from of the top stars in the English Premier League. Kaboom, absolutely deserving of its spot in the top 2 inserts from the last year. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, about the toughest insert to pull from this entire list. It's Prism Color Blast. Yes, Prism Color Blast in football. That insert is number 1 on our list of top inserts as voted by you, the fans, and for good reason. These cards are unbelievably rare. In fact, they only appear 1 card in every 10 cases. In every 10 cases, that is maddeningly difficult to pull, and that makes these color blasts so sought after. Football card collectors and investors are going crazy for these Prism Color Blast cards because of how super short printed they are. They truly live up to that super short printed name. But above that, these cards are just simply beautiful. The clean crispness of the card combined with a very colorful effect that appears behind the player. They are cool looking cards. They are certainly unique. It's a very small checklist, only a 15 card checklist this year for Prism Color Blast football. Of course, you've seen Color Blast in other products like Spectra for basketball. You've also seen it in Premier League soccer as well. You've seen it in draft picks for basketball in the past too. But here it is for football, and it is deserving of the number 1 spot with the amount of attention it has received in the hobby over the last year. Congratulations, Prism Color Blast, number 1 on our countdown of top 10 insert sets. What did you guys think of the top 10, ladies and gentlemen? Which ones were ranked too high? Which ones were ranked too low? Which ones do you love collecting the most? Let us know in the comments below. I want to hear from you. And by the way, we're doing fun stuff like this on our Instagram. So if you want to be able to vote the next time that we do voting like this for inserts or whatever it may be, make sure you're following Sports Card Investor on Instagram. We have a lot of fun on our Instagram, and we're going to be doing more and more. All right, guys, I hope you appreciated the episode today. I am off to the Miami Card Show. Excited to go down there and meet some of you. Make sure to download the Sports Card Investor app if you haven't already, because if you're going to any card show, whether it's the Miami Card Show or any card show in your neck of the woods, having the Sports Card Investor app is helpful to be able to look at card prices on the go. It's free, by the way, too, in the App Store. Just search for Sports Card Investor. And by the way, coming in a couple of weeks, in just a few weeks, Market Movers will also have its own dedicated app that will be the most powerful way to look up card prices on the go and to track the value of your collection no matter where you are in the world. The Market Movers app is coming in just a few weeks. If you want access to that right when it comes out, you need to subscribe to Market Movers. Go to sportscardinvestor.com and click on Market Movers in the main menu bar. Thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you in a couple of days with our next episode. Take care.